Hi there! Okay, so the purpose of this video is to guide you in applying Saint makeup. Now, what I want to say from the get-go is you do not necessarily have to apply it the way that I'm applying it. You know, if we do certain highlights first, you can, if you play around with it over time and you feel that you like a different means of applying it, like dark contour first or bronzer and then go lights after, you can do that too. This is just to guide you in terms of placement of the product on your face. Okay, now I'm going to use all the products that I have guided you to purchase, which is the blush bronzer brush. Mine's a bit stained. I have the makeups, the following makeups that I will be using in this are Amber, Aura, Mango for Color Correct. I have the Bella bronzer, and I have the Hollywood blush. Just ignore the stuff over here. Okay, so first off, what I'm going to do is take some of that Mango, because we can sit it in the dark spots for a little bit and have it just kind of get into the skin before we go back in with a lighter color over top. We're just trying to color correct the dark bags underneath. And the really neat thing with this cream makeup is at any time you can just use your fingers and push it in. You can come back to it and move it with your fingers. The brush, it's very easy to use. Now, I don't have anything on my face except I've used the Milk Trelèche products this morning, and I put on the lotion at the end of the third one. You can use primer on your skin. It's up to you how you go in with your skin, or you just put your regular lotion moisturizer on in the morning and you go in with this makeup. Okay, I would give it a few minutes to settle into your skin before you go in and apply. So I'm going to take, if you're going to the smaller areas of the eyes, obviously I'm going to take the smaller end of my blush bronzer brush. I'm going to dunk it into the Mango, which I have, and I'm going to just squeeze the brush to get a thinner placement in here. So you can see that I'm applying it on the dark spots of my eyes right here. And when you're looking, oh, that is quite good at color correcting. And when you look at yourself, you may go, that's really dark under my eye. But remember, you're coming back in this area later with the lighter color, the Aura, to place on top of it to brighten it. What we're doing right now is just trying to get rid of that darkness that's under there, right? Okay, so let's just leave that for now and let's go do something else. Seems kind of funny, right? Just like, okay, we're just gonna leave this looking really silly, but we can totally move it later. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Amber now into my areas that are pretty much where I would put my color, like my skin color, okay? So I'm gonna dunk my brush. You don't have to dunk it a lot. The harder you push your brush into the makeup, the more you're going to get on your brush, and you are going to get that place. Now, you do not have to wash your brushes in between, going between Mango and Amber and Aura and all that. The makeup comes on your face and it stays there. So we want that makeup, especially here. Okay, so we're just going to go and we're going to pat it. Patting motions is the best. So we're just going to pat. And I know I'm coming in with my bronzer later here, so I'm not necessarily going to put it there. Why? Because if I put it there, I'm going to have multiple levels of makeup, layers. Layers start to look cakey after a while, right? So we're just trying to put this where we wouldn't necessarily come back. So here, sometimes what happens if it's not exactly the exact match, I bring it down past my neck and just kind of lightly rub it down my neck just to bring that nicely. So you see I have it here. I'm going to take a little bit more of that. I'm going to go to the other side of my face and do the same thing. I'm going to go pat it on that same kind of angle on this side. And again, I'm coming in with bronzer later here, so I'm not actually putting it there. I might carry some under my chin and down my neck a bit, just because it looks better. Now, I know going around my mouth, I'm going to do a brighter shade like Aura here, put some Aura here. Sometimes I do some around my nose and on my forehead, but I still want to get kind of like this beside my nose with the Amber, okay? And because here is going to be missing, I want to just bring that, I always just say around the mouth. Do some Amber around the mouth, okay? And up at the side here. Now, we know that you might go down with a lighter shade on your nose, but let's still bring some of that Amber on our nose so that it blends with the rest of our skin. My nose is quite pink, so I like to blend it with my color that I'm using throughout. Okay? And the reason why I'm doing it around my lips is because all of a sudden you're going to have this white mark around your lips where it's like, okay, she has makeup below that, but no makeup there. So I'm just trying to make it look like it's blending. So I don't have makeup right now right here. I have very little right here, just around my nose, very little, because I might have actually got it there when I was doing kind of right here. But I'm trying to blend this kind of like from a lower point just into this. And this lower part, not necessarily right beside my nose, into here and around my mouth. Even if we add a little bit of lighter stuff here and there's already a little bit of layer of amber, that's totally fine. The next place I'm going to take my amber is actually right here, because my bronzer is going to kind of go around my forehead to bring my forehead to make it smaller. I have a really large forehead. So I'm going to bronze it to kind of add a shadow to make it look smaller. My brighter shade is going to go here, but I don't really have anything kind of going here to make it kind of blend with the rest. So I bring my amber and I just kind of put it over my eyebrows. And I pat that in. Pat, 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 pat. And pat, 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 pat. Now, I'm doing a little bit of a heavier layer, so hopefully show you that you can see it on the camera because it's hard. So I just kind of put it over my eyebrows. Now, I always go in it later and color in my eyebrows because I don't really have a lot, and they've been microbladed, and their shade, like it's kind of, the shading's kind of gone, and it's gone gray. It's gone weird colors. So I do that after. So that's pretty much where I put my amber, okay? If at any point you're looking at your neck and going, wow, my neck still kind of looks a little bit different, there's no problem bringing it down here. Is it going to get all over your clothes? No. It's amazing, right? Now, I tan my neck and my chest, so that it might look a bit darker. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the lighter shade of the two colors. So the amber was your all-over color. The lighter shade is that Aura. Okay, so once again, the amber is kind of above the eyebrows, up on the sides of the face, not here where I'm going to put bronzer or blush, right? I've left that open, and not up here. It's just in the areas that I'm not putting those other products. So now I'm going to go in with Aura, that lighter shade, and I'm going to just take it and I'm going to pat it here in the middle. Now, I'm going to go back in with a sponge after this. If you don't have a sponge, you just want to do light application, and all you have to do is keep blending it out. But if you buy a sponge, a beauty sponge, any type, either Walmart, they have Real Techniques, or Shoppers, or anywhere, these are the perfect things to go in after you've applied with this brush to kind of take off excess makeup and push it into your skin. It really works the makeup in. It's my go-to. But like I said in all the videos that we did live, you don't have to buy it from the company. You can get them at a better price other places. So now I'm going to go in that Aura. So I'm taking that lighter shade just a bit on my brush. Again, I'm not wiping off my brush from my other ones, right? And I'm going to put a little bit beside my nose because I've already done this spot here. Okay, so I'm going to blend that in there. I'm going to blend a little bit here, right? If it looks funny at any point and you are just using your brush, use your finger. Your finger is the perfect tool also. The fatty, fleshy part of your finger, that's what you want to use to blend it in. Okay, it works. Now, I'm going to take a little bit more, and see this spot on my chin right here? This is where I want to lighten, because that's where the sun would reflect off my face. That's what I'm trying to do, is create dimension where the sun or the shadows would be on my face. So that's where the sun would be. Okay? Often you can actually take a little bit, because you're going to have some at the top, down the middle of your nose. Because again, sun's reflecting off your nose, right? Okay, perfect. So where did we put the Aura, the lighter shade? Oh, I didn't do under my eyes. Duh, we put the mango there, but we didn't come back with this. Okay, so now we're gonna go under the eyes. Under the eyes, I try to create kind of like a triangular shape. So I take it, I pat it under the eyes, and I come out. Okay, and I close my eyes because I want to do it's like my way of priming my lid too, because I put it up here too. There we go. Now, if you have creasing under your eyes, you find the makeup sitting there throughout the day, it's normal that makeup will sit there, because let's be honest, like we're not getting any younger, right? I have a lot of fine lines at my age. I don't know feel like I have no idea where I got them. My mom looks young, but okay. The nice thing about this makeup is as the day goes on and it looks funny, you can just pat it in with your finger and it will actually move back into its spot. But so now I've done my lighter shade, right? Like I've done a brighter shade, and I don't just necessarily stick it right under the eye. I come down to about this area because when the sun reflects down onto here, it's gonna push back, right? It's gonna give a nice brighter shade. Okay, so let's pounce that out there. So that's that. And that actually does a really good job at color correcting with the mango. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do, so let's just review that now. The lightning spots went, the aura went here. I did a little bit down my nose, did a little bit beside my nose because I'm kind of red there, that's why. And I did this little spot over my lip just to kind of pop the light a bit there, and here, right? So under our eyes, here, down, here, here. So you're literally just doing like in here, and this with the aura. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our bronzer, and that's Bella. That's the brown one. Now Bella's really neat. You can either apply it heavy or you can apply it light, but when you apply it, you're going to put it kind of in like a C motion here. Let me get a good amount so I can show you. I'll do a little bit on both. So you're going to cover my forehead, and I'm going to do kind of like a C into here. There you go. Right? And again, a C into here. Now, if you find, again, your face is looking a little bit different than your chest, I love nothing more than to add a little bit of warmth to my chest. This spot I find right here in my neck tends to get a little bit lighter, looks lighter, so I tend to add it there. But okay, so that's literally what you're doing with the Bella bronzer. You're just doing a C, going down and around. And then you're gonna blend up into your hairline, right? Because you want it to not have a white line. And then blend, blend, blend. If you find that this end, the bigger end, I like this one for like the bronzer. I find it adds like a nice bronzed, the fluffy end makes it feel so nice, and it blends it so perfectly. See, look at how nicely that is blending, right? Blend, 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 blend. That's the best thing with this makeup. Don't have enough? Go in, add more. Have too much? Blend out. Okay, so the next thing that we have to add, so that's all I've done with my bronzer, is I've done kind of like that C motion. C in here, and if I needed to, I added some down my neck. And then I just kind of add some dimension back in my face instead of looking one flat color. So right there, I feel like I could use a bit more color. So we're just gonna add a bit more bronzer here and bring it backwards. Okay. Next is your blush. So we go in with the Hollywood. Again, I'm just using that smaller side. Going to tap it out onto there. If I want a lot, I can, you know, rub onto the makeup or tap it. And I'm gonna put it right here. So second, where are your cheeks? And I always carry the blush backwards. I'm not gonna bring it down. I want it to blend with the bronzer, so I want it to look very natural. So see how my cheeks kind of changed already? And it has more like a cheekbone look. Like, it was looking pretty flat before. I wasn't getting this indentation, but just by placing the bronzer, I've done that. And I didn't even have to use contour. And then I'm gonna just blend up. Blend it with the bronzer. Blend up. And that's literally where you do your makeup. That is it. Now, you can use your blush for eyeshadows. You can use your bronzer for eyeshadows. Bronzer makes for a really nice smoky eye in terms of an eyeshadow. It is actually very nice. That's up to you. I always just kind of do it on the outside and bring it up the eyelid, and it adds a bit of smoke. I use it for an eyeliner, the bronzer. It's absolutely amazing. And remember, your lip and cheek, your Hollywood, is also used on your lips. But that's pretty much how you apply the makeup. So there's your walkthrough of how to put on the makeup. Now with your brush, I'm gonna go in with with my sponge. I always go back in with my sponge because I like to push the makeup on my face. I just find that it ends up looking so much better. And I tend to stick to the lighter spots first. So under the eyes, my regular, and when I say lighter, like where I've put the highlight, so my aura, my amber, I go there first. Push it into the skin, and I just keep doing bouncing motions. And then I'll go over kind of the darker spots if I have to. But I've blended my bronzer really well with that brush, so I don't even feel like I need that. It's just the other areas. And that's it. That's how easy this makeup is. But you can always play around with it, try it out, see what you think. And remember, during the day, if you're looking at your eyes and you're like, oh, it's kind of creasing a little bit, that's fine. All you have to do is pat. Because your wrinkles, your lines are going to move throughout the day. So it might have stuff there. Your skin's going to move. And just pat. That's the wonderful thing with it. Use your fingers throughout the day. You're looking at the, when we finally get back to restaurants, you're there. Oh, gotta fix it up. Done. Okay, and that's the look. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful. Bye for now.